Did you feel like you were jinxed there to get to 1,000? Was
I
that a
don't know
mental
what
thing for you?
I don't know what it was, but my teammates and my coaches have just been on my case about trusting my training and believing in myself and knowing that everything's going to pay off. Spend a lot of time in the gym, in the weight room, on that treadmill, staying in shape, and just trying to stay mentally sharp. And I actually have been reading this book that's been helping me out with mental toughness and mental training. So just kind of believe in that and just trusting that it's going to come to fruition eventually. And tonight, I guess it did.
What's the book called, and how much of an exhale is a night like tonight for you?
It's called 10-Minute Toughness. It's a mental toughness training thing, and it's a big-time exhale. It's been frustrating because I haven't been able to do anything defensively either. So for me, it's not just about trying to get a bucket or anything like that. It's I got to do something defensively to help my team, and I had been struggling with that as well. And tonight, everything really, like I said, kind of came to fruition.
Emmanuel, the three guards, you, Ashton, and Tyrese did not have a big first half, and you had a really big second half. What changed? How did that come about?
Yeah, I know individually for me, I think I airballed my first shot, so that kind of threw everybody off. But nah, this team is really tough. No matter what happens in the first half, I think we've been a really good second half team all year. So that's just a credit to everybody's toughness, all the drills we do in practice, the toughness drills, the 130 runs that you got to make, 15 touches. So that's just a credit to all the hard work we've been doing.
Emmanuel, how does the team go 2 for 10 on threes in one half and 7 of 8 in the second half?
I don't know. Numbers got to balance out eventually. So tonight they did. I think we went like 2 for 22 last game. So we'll probably go like 20 for 22 next game or something like that. So.
Is that a contagious thing, getting threes?
Absolutely, especially when everybody's sharing the ball. Everybody's getting good looks. When Nate was hitting shots, I think I was more proud of him than he was. I was running down the court just screaming like a little kid. So it's just great to see everybody else doing good.
Please raise your hand. We'll get you a mic for questions.
Emmanuel, it looked like you got shook up a couple of times. Maybe one, the first time on a knee-on-knee kind of thing, and
Yeah.
second time on a drive. How shook up were you?
The knee to knee, I just kind of banged knees. But the second one, I got really shooken up because my hip's been hurting a little bit these past couple of games. Nothing crazy, but I fell on my hip again. So that was just that going to the basket, fell down kind of hard. So, but it's all good.
Nate, who recommended that book to you, and what was the biggest thing that you took from it?
Coach Cal actually did. I mean, I'm supposed to be a senior leader, and I've been playing like I was a freshman or I was a high school player. So he recommended it for me, and it just kind of goes through breathing exercises and focusing in on like visualizing things before the game. It's actually crazy because it talks about like if you're at the free throw line, can you visualize yourself feeling the ball, doing your routine, taking breaths, and talking about this 15-second breathing where you breathe in for 6 seconds, hold for 2, exhale for 7, which you don't have a whole lot of time at the free throw line. So it's like as you get fouled, do it. Like when the ref calls it, start your breathing just to calm yourself down. And it's actually been a big help. Helps you visualize things, talks about a personal highlight reel in your head, talks about the things that you're able to do well. You got to visualize that game speed and do the things that you do well and get rid of all your don't statements. So be like, well, don't foul. Don't do this. Don't like get rid of all those and talk positively and say it out loud, because if you think it and you think negatively, then you're going to do it negatively. But if you say it out loud positively, you're going to do it.
When you read those things and you watch a guy like what Emmanuel, he seems to be good at positive visualization, all the Zen stuff. Does that make kind of connect with you?
He's my roommate on away games too, so it's big time. He and I talk hoops, talk God, talk family, just basketball, obviously. But he's been a big help. And he actually sent me a thing the other day last night about Kobe Bryant, talking about mental toughness and just being in the right spot at the right time to hit a big shot and trusting that's going to go in. And if you miss it, then you're going to make the next one. And so I missed that one in the first half, really far right from 3. And in my head, I was like, all right, next one's in. And then shot the next one and went in, next one went in, next one. Like stuff like that, and it really starts to carry over and it helps out. Man, he's been a big help for me. We play one-on-one at night. He beats me, but don't let him fool you. I did beat him in the mid-post 4 games.
Hold on, bro.
But no, he's a big-time help.
Emmanuel, have you heard anything about Ashton's injury? And if he's not able to go, how excited and comfortable are you going to be able to play point?
I've not heard anything about Ashton's injury. If he doesn't play, that's a big piece that we will be missing, obviously, Defensive Player of the Year in SEC. I don't think I would be excited about anything with Ashton being gone, but just looking forward to, helping my team win. That's about it. But we need Ashton. He's a big part of what we do, offensively and defensively. He hit a lot of threes today, so I'm happy for him, and he's just really a big part of what we do, so we need him.
Nate, you had 8 rebounds tonight. That was the most you had since early January. Knowing how good LSU is in the glass, was that more of an emphasis for you tonight, or did anything change there?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been grabbing a whole lot of rebounds, but tonight, before the game, Coach Barbie and I were joking around, and I always bump into him when I'm leaving the locker room. He said, don't let that be the last time you hit somebody until that buzzer rings. So I kind of took that to heart, made it a point of emphasis for me to make sure I'm in the right spots, hitting guys on rebounds, and just going after the ball. And if I don't get it, just smacking it out for somebody else to get there, diving on the floor. And just that's the kind of guy I need to be for this team to be successful. And tonight was a really good stride moving forward to do that.
Hey, guys, here in the back, I just want to ask you, what was Nick Richards' impact on the game in terms of he had 6 block shots, and just as a team, you had 11 as a team. What does that do to kind of stagnate their offense when they can't get anything in the paint?
I mean, for any team driving into the paint, we have really good guards that are good defenders that are guards. So if you get by our guards and you go in for a layup, think you have an uncontested layup, you have a 7-foot center with a 40-inch vert coming at you too. And he is really good at walling up too. He's not always just swatting stuff. So a lot of the time he'll jump straight up and you're just putting it into his arms, and then he'll just grab it. But it's really intimidating. It's intimidating in practice when you're trying to go in for a layup and he throws it off the wall. So I think for any guard going in, it's an intimidating thing.
Nate, just listening to you, it sounds like you are your own harshest critic. If that's true, why?
I mean, it's kind of how I was raised. To just, I don't know if I'm hard on myself because I want to be great. I want to be good at the things that I practice so much. And when you do these things and you're not doing them well, it's frustrating, especially for us as athletes. But just trusting and believing that eventually it's going to happen. Working hard every day, staying diligent about everything you do, eating right, staying in good shape, and working on those things. Coach talked to me today in a huddle, and he said, you're averaging 60 makes in our one shooting drill. He's like, so shoot the ball. And so it's just to hear somebody like that tell you to shoot the ball and that they're confident enough for you to make it is big.